Hold the fuck up. Rewind the tape.
Welcome back to the first official non-Valentine's, non-bonus episode of season 3. Wait, rewind the tape.
It doesn't work this year because last year it was a bonus episode because we actually recorded again. This year we were just like, bye.
Fair. Okay, well, welcome back to episode 1 or 2 of season 3 of Wait, Rewind the Tape, depending on whether you're a purist or not, or have any idea what's going on. We don't.
Cares.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay. This week, obviously, you've seen what we watched. We watched the Tinder Swindler. I'm also deep in Inventing Anna. Ruth, you're coming hot off a full scammer binge watching, not, binge it, scam binge.
Okay, sorry to anyone who's been scammed recently. I'm going through things, but I was going to say I wish I'd been scammed.
Oh God. I think that the kind of true scam era. Ooh, where have you gone?
Sorry, I'm just looking for something and I didn't want to see everyone to see me scrambling.
Guys, sorry, I just looked at the screen and Ruth had gone. That's why, hence the interruption.
I was going to ask you to pause. I was like, no, I'll do it low key.
And now we've made a big deal out of it. It's fine. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, how the scam documentary series films, that feels like it's the new true crime obsession. Like we're moving away from murders. Now it's.
I strongly disagree. The murder game is so big.
So big, but I think that there's like a new game in time, a new the scam genre is trying to, it's fixing to steal that crown. Will it do it? I don't know.
It's just like another true crime subgenre, because like the prison shows as well, like the toughest prisons in the world. Oh my God.
Sorry,
I know.
I just haven't. Oh yeah, and then there's the one where it's like border cops.
Okay, can I just say,
have we spoken about this before?
Shows, maybe when we were talking about abolishing the police, but the worst shows ever made are border control shows, and any shows where the police, not the police like true crime and detectives are telling you what went down. I'm just talking about like when ordinary
uniformed officers
are on patrol. Those two shows, not only are they terrible, but they're so unethical. Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to watch somebody cry as they get deported from Australia. It's always on.
Yeah.
And I'm always heated. And they definitely do illegal things. They got this guy to log into his Facebook. I'm like, I didn't know you could do that legally. Anyway, because they're not the home office. Like, it's just like this.
I've never watched that show. I refuse.
It's always on. My mom is always watching it. She likes to see what food people are sneaking in.
Oh, okay, fair. It's always some kind of meat. Fruit.
Yeah, it's a big one. Yeah, fruit.
Yeah.
And then there's always one where like something is like a dead animal that's definitely like got maggots in it. They're like, this is the most disgusting thing you've ever seen. It's just like, if I wanted to watch gross like roadkill, I'm sure there's a show for that too. Like, this is weird. Anyway.
Yeah. But back to the scam films, scam shows, scam documentaries. Should we just get right into it? Yeah. I don't have like loads to say, so I don't know why I'm suggesting we get right into it. Okay, go on.
Because I thought you would hate this so much. I don't think you would hate the scamming genre, because like I feel like me and you both can enjoy a good investigation. Like
100%. Yeah. I admire the commitment.
And I also like resent that about myself. Like I'll always be like, I don't want to watch murders in the countryside because I genuinely will walk anywhere with trees and I'll be scared that I'm going to be killed.
A scam is a bit different because it's, at least there's not the terror. Well,
Yes.
there is the terror, but it's a different kind of terror, whereas murders, I'm going to have nightmares. What were we talking about? You had questions. You thought that I was going to hate this.
I thought you were going to hate it because, sorry, what I meant to say is that we both love true crime. As much as I say I don't, I do online.
Oh, yeah.
But I just felt like this wasn't as true crimey. It was more like, okay, do you remember that? Oh, I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing her name wrong. I think the author's name was Sophie
Kinsella.
Kinsella, yeah.
Kinsella, yeah, from a Shopaholic, Diary of a Shopaholic.
Yeah, I love her books. I think we talked about this before.
Yeah.
Because I have the reading ability.
Look, they're easy to read. It's nice, sometimes you just need something easy, nice to read with a character you can somewhat relate to, or honestly, even not.
I'm going back to those books. This week I realized that's what I'm missing in my life, those kind of books. I'm going back to them. Just like, no offense, but I do call them like
chick lit.
Oh, okay, that's a nice way to they're like feel
trashy chick lit. Yeah, exactly. It's feel good books. It's just,
and they're funny.
Is exactly why I spent too long depriving myself of those kind of books, having read them when I was younger, because you feel like you need to read something a bit more highbrow, but every once in a while you just need to throw in one of those books.
Oh my god, you do.
It's for your mental health.
It is for your mental health.
For your mental health.
But this was like, no shade, but it's like a bit like, or a bit like a high school musical-y, like a Cosmo does true crime. It just felt like a bit like
I know what you mean. It wasn't
they weren't focused.
It wasn't like the best, the most well done thing. Like, I liked it when they got to when Cecilia was like, I need to crack this case. I need to go to VG, like the biggest, the newspaper people. And then they started, like, the journalists came in and they started doing their investigative journalism. That's when I was like, did you not like that?
I think I liked the story at the first story. Sorry, I don't know the two women's names. And I kind of liked how they crossed over the stories and saw the similarities. I thought that was clever. Then I just felt like there wasn't enough of, then it was just like that. I felt like they were just trying to get me. It was a bit, obviously what he did was terrible, but considering like he sold 10 million, it still felt a bit light. I was like, this guy stole 10 million and I don't feel like like what he did was horrendous.
Yeah. And like the threat to life, or the perceived threat to life.
And they're like making it fun. It's like, and I got my revenge when I sold his Prada.
But I guess maybe they didn't want to be portrayed as like, this was actually really traumatic.
It wasn't the women, it was the edit for sure. And they did it on purpose.
Yeah, because the moments where they were crying, that like was heartbreaking.
Yeah,
but for me it was because I've been watching Inventing Anna, and that's obviously like a Shondaland dramatized, like and it's amazing, it's so good. So when like stepping into this and not having that, it just was missing a bit of like shine for me. No, that's not fair. It wasn't like,
we are fucked up. Listen, I'm sorry that happened to you, but I just felt like this crime was missing some pizzazz.
No, oh my god, this is, if anybody could be bothered to edit this down into like damning sound bites, well, you'd have had them long before this episode. But god,
oh my god, imagine if you were a judge and you were like, listen babe, I'm sorry, when you're crying my heart is breaking, but I just feel like I've just come off a Shondaland.
Dial that up. Yeah.
This isn't giving.
Well, and you're right though, not so much even for the women in it, but also just like that, the way that it was cut, it was like, and the pieces were quite disjointed, like it didn't really like flow together very well.
Bits of it did, like when they were doing the back to back of the two women's stories, do you know
Yeah,
why?
finally when it was going through and it was like, now
Yeah,
we can piece it together, like it picked up a
is
bit
that
of
when that
pace,
happened?
but
Okay, yeah. I think they were focusing also on the love story and stuff. Like you, I was coming fresh off Puppet Master. If you haven't seen Puppet Master on Netflix, I honestly feel like everyone should watch that. It's about a guy that convinced a group of teenagers that he works for, I think, MI5, and that they were basically, the IRA was after them, and they
oh my
lost,
God.
like, the one of the women who whose dad basically launched an investigation himself, like he worked for Olivia Pope. I was very impressed with him. Oh, not that I'm supposed to be impressed. I'm sorry. Again, sorry guys. This is serious.
Yeah.
It's not funny, is it? This is serious. Now I'm quoting
And,
TikTok. Wow.
also, people, we shouldn't be, the way that we're proud, or like quote unquote, not that we, but or the way that, you know, we like honor people that they've like stepped up and they've like took the investigation in their own hands when they should
Always
never have even had to. No, and like, no, as in they should never have been in the situation to have had to do it. Obviously, if you're in that situation, yeah, you got to take control. But it's, you know, does that make sense? Obviously, like no one, like the authorities weren't going to do shit. So yeah, they had to do it. They just should never have been.
I feel like it depends what kind of crime it is, because honestly, and I think, I don't know if it was because it was in Norway, and you know, when you're with your local police, it's not the same as like the
Interpol, Scotland Yard.
This is what I meant.
Oh right, yeah, when you're uniformed police, yeah.
And no shade to uniform police, but you know something like
stop it. All the shade.
Oh yeah. Look at me backtracking. Listen, no shade.
You do a good service.
You do what you can. No, it's not that. It's just like, you know, when you report something to the local police, like I don't know if you've ever had to report something, like once.
Yeah.
I wanted to report this guy because he like showed up to my house. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. And I didn't, it's just in that moment, because I kind of got the feeling this guy was not a good guy. He was freaking me out. So I just wanted to report it because I just felt like if anything happens to me, I want him to know, because it wasn't just
or if he's doing anything to anybody else and somebody else has reported, it's kind of like the paper trail is there. Yeah,
that's all I wanted, because I had a feeling he was abusing someone. But oh God, the life of a woman. But it's not funny. I'm laughing, guys. I'm not laughing at that. I'm just laughing because these are just stories we have off the cuff.
Yeah.
And I know everyone has them. Yeah, I had to report this guy to the police.
But yeah, it was just a formality. I wasn't expecting them to do anything.
Yeah, because you know, I'm sure he's going to one day.
Yeah, exactly.
Strike again. But the second time he showed up at my house, I didn't report it because by that point I wasn't scared. And so there's a really funny video on my phone. Again, it's not funny. I'm sure I've put it on Instagram once in my stories because I'm problematic as hell. But no one knows the context. But basically, this guy is at my window, and I record myself like, and I'm like, this guy's shown up again. And like the first time he showed up, I was so scared. I'm not scared anymore. And then you hear like a bang outside, and I jump. Oh my God. I'm so sorry I'm like this. I have to laugh or I'll cry.
Yeah, you've got to laugh. But that's also one thing that with because now everybody has a phone and everybody just chronicles everything.
Yeah.
Like 5-10 years ago, you couldn't have made a show like that. Like you would have had to use like reconstructed footage.
But they did.
But you don't.
In Puppet Master, and honestly, it was I'm not saying the story was fair because that's really cruel. The story was messed up. I just mean in terms of as a documentary, it was just a better documentary. Why am I holding a pen? It was just a better film. Like it was done in 5 parts. Also, you know, I can't. The Tinder Swindler.
It was 2 hours all in one go. Yeah,
they should have.
Draw it out for 5 episodes. Draw it out for 6. Everyone gets their own episode. Come on.
Yeah, that would have been I just feel like you have to remember you're not just telling a sensationalized story. It's like it also has to be a good documentary. But saying all that, forget what I've said because it's huge. Everyone's talking about it. Whereas I thought Puppet Master was just better, but it doesn't have anywhere near as much.
But I guess it's also the context of it and the name, like Tinder Swindler, and it's it's about Tinder, exactly, honey. And it's a situation that like so many people would be able to relate to.
Yeah.
So
I've kind of been scammed by a man, that same guy I reported to the police, but that's not why I reported him. But to be honest, do you know how much he got out of me? And I was fuming. It was like, I think it was like 50 quid. And I was like, I can't believe I gave a man money. Ew. And another guy has, I'm sure, not so many, but I've had like situations where, but the difference is I wasn't in love with these men. Like there was a guy once who was like, I was drunk as hell and he was trying to get me to agree. And the thing is, he was cash rich for reasons we won't go into, but he was trying to get me to, so it's not like he didn't have the money, but he wanted me to sign up for a car for him, like on finance. He was like, how's your credit? And I was genuinely up for talking about it because, you know, I'd worked on my credit for a bit and it was better than it was.
Yeah, I need to flex. I'm proud of this.
So here I am, like an idiot, like,
let me get Experian up right now.
I was like, it's not perfect, but I am really like, I think it's a solid score. Like, I'm really
999, but you know, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh my god! But he was like, because I don't really have any credit, and I'm there like, well, here's how I built up my credit. He's like, oh yeah, because there's this car I really want to get, but with my credit.
Do you have a mobile phone on a contract? Oh wait, you've got a phone there. How are you making messages on that phone? Well, you got two phones, haven't you?
The thing is, the car he was driving at the time was really nice. So I was just like, what do you want to get?
Was it his car?
I don't know. I don't know what the Tinder swindlers do behind the scenes. He wasn't even a Tinder swindler. He was just a swindler. But my gut reaction was, even as I was drunk, when he asked me that, do you know how quickly I sobered up? I was like, honey, I was not born yesterday. Absolutely not. Like, you can convince me to do the dumbest shits, but when it comes to like, I guess debt, I take debt so seriously.
I don't like it.
Oh my god, I take it so seriously. Oh no, debt is no joke.
Yeah, I just don't know. I guess I don't want to say I could never be in that position. I'd like to think I wouldn't, but then people are, you know.
I couldn't see you in that position now. No way. You're a city girl now, Natalie. That would never happen. But I feel like there was a small period of time where, no, what am I talking about? You're the bank. You'd lend them cash. Listeners, you might not know this about Natalie, but she's like a really kind loan shark. Like, if a loan shark, if you went to a loan shark and you're like, I can't pay you back, and instead of kneecapping you, they gave you flowers.
Like, oh, all right then, don't worry. I don't think that I'm just.
No, you wouldn't take out a loan.
It's more likely that exactly, I wouldn't do those things, but I think I'd be more taken in by somebody like befriending me. If that makes sense,
so cynical that it's like, okay,
exactly. When it comes to like love, I just would think I couldn't see myself if I met somebody for a coffee date and then they were like, okay, and this is no shade or and judgment to anybody. I think I'm probably too like not brave enough, or I don't take risks enough to like just get on a plane with somebody. I'd be like,
I would.
This feels, yeah.
I put myself in like literal danger because I was just like drunk and bored. I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah, but you've gone for a coffee date, no alcohol involved.
And he wants me to, the way my heart.
If I had a coffee, I'd be like, I think I'd just be like, oh, you know what? This feels a bit. If I'd had a drink, that's a bit different.
Yeah, I had to get on a yacht once with a load of other girls, and I was bricking it. But to be honest, it was definitely worth it. It was really nice in the end.
But that's the gamble, isn't it?
And we'd just been
the roll of the dice.
I didn't want to get on. I was like, mm-mm. I think it's also because like I just see so many, like I feel like maybe if we were like this is genuinely no judgment, but maybe if we were like more safe, more protected in our identities, maybe we wouldn't be as scared. But if a man comes up to me and it's like, I want to, like, I'm like, if you want to harvest my organs, absolutely not. And you're not getting them. I know how you make your money.
Guess what? They're trash.
Honey, I've been partying since I was 19.
Yeah. There's no amount of detox juice that's going to solve this.
My liver and kidneys are they're done.
Yeah, heart is fatty as hell.
Starts palpitating randomly. I'm like, oh my god, am I having a panic attack?
Lungs, I have shortness of breath. Sitting.
Oh my god, God forgive me. But I definitely feel like I could have got myself in a lot of shit in terms of romantic, like if I had been a lot younger, I definitely could have got myself in shit. But I just wouldn't. When I was that young, I don't think I had the credit score to get into that much debt. So I don't know.
No, exactly.
I fixed it for them,
but not really. That was also it's a bit of like Amex not doing their due diligence. Oh, look at this, a paycheck for like $9,000 a month.
It doesn't matter as long as you've got money coming into your business or accounts. It really doesn't matter.
But she only had a pay slip. That wasn't money going into her, like into an account. They couldn't have verified that paycheck was actually getting delivered. All they saw was a paycheck. But then maybe that's all you need.
Yeah, when you got it, you got it.
But when we start out, we've got it's kind of like centered around this young woman, Cecilia, who is telling this story about how she is just, on Tinder. She loves Tinder. She's really looking for love. And how much did like the Disney name dropping and then like the montage of Beauty and the Beast, that did it for me. That film has got a lot to answer for. Not that film, sorry. That
what?
That
the
company.
Irony, but somebody recently said to me that Disney has fucked me up because of my
unrealistic body image, unrealistic hair image, unrealistic love image. No wonder all the
Gaston's neck.
I'd be like, you want to have a neck like Gaston? It's never going to happen. So
I was like telling him like, your neck looks really good, and he was like, what's wrong with you? And I told him where it derived from, and he was like, oh honey.
Yeah, Jesus.
Seek help.
But I wonder what I don't know what generation they're called, but the basically young kids now growing up with all this, because most of the Disney films coming through now are really more centered around like family values or like sisterhood, friendship.
Cinderella like we were. How old is they are? That film is a classic. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. That's what they want.
They want
bloody Cinderella is so
Prince
good.
Philip dancing around with Aurora.
Yeah, give me the problematic classics.
Oh yeah, and you mean it's us just watching Encanto? The kids don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They're like, I want Beauty and the Beast, and we're like, we don't talk about Bruno. Oh, no. Guys, side note, Encanto is so amazing. Good. Just absolutely well worth it.
It's a really good film.
Yeah.
I want a sequel, or actually, I'm lying. I want, when they turn a
prequel.
I want him to turn it into a TV show.
Oh, okay.
A new adventure every week. Oh my! I'm really regressing lately in a lot of ways. God.
Okay, wait. Back to the Tinder Swindler. Oh, there. When so then another woman in the show, I think she's called Panilla. She met Simon on Tinder, and then he flew her over to Amsterdam, and they didn't have a romantic connection, but they became very good friends. And the way that she describes him, just talking, saying, he was just so he just listened and he asked questions, and that was just really nice and refreshing. Like, the bar is set so fucking low of what we're expecting. All you need to do now is just listen and act, and that isn't a reflection on her and what she's willing to say. That's a reflection on what we've come to expect, like a certain level of
that. Even if every man did that, it's still like, he's still like, because I do feel like on the one hand, I get where people are coming from in terms of just like not trusting men, but on the other hand, I feel like people are really underestimating how anyone can be manipulated. That might not be the fraud for you, but anybody can be emotionally manipulated. Like, this man is putting his whole intention and effort into manipulating these women. And in the documentary, because it looks like it's happening quickly, you think it's happening like in a second, but he's probably taking his time. Like, if you're sitting with someone for hours and you don't really know them and they're flying you to another country and you're chatting, you're probably going to remember it as like one of the best dates ever. Even if you don't fuck with them. Fun. But like you said, the bar is in.
But even so, like, it's just, you just have to be kind of like a little bit nice.
Oh my god, yeah.
And so that was interesting. I don't really have loads to say about it, apart from, I think it's just like incredibly shit that stuff like this happens to people.
I think I'll probably be more vulnerable to stuff like this as I get older.
Oh god, yeah.
I feel
watch
like,
out, scammers. Just wait. Give me time.
Give me a few years. And also, what sharpened me up to scammers is, I've told you the story on this podcast of when I got invited into a scamming ring. It really puts your guard up. But then I've gone dumb for men before, so I don't doubt that I won't do it again. There's just something in me. Something in me that's just ready to be
promise of
manipulated. It's not. Oh my god!
It's the promise of fun, of a break from the mundane.
Yeah,
that's why you're getting on the plane.
That's what, when I make my worst decisions, I don't know. I have such bad anxiety now. I don't know if I'd be able to on my own.
I don't.
Friend,
Of course, it's safety in numbers. But that's why I know not that I couldn't ever get scammed. He would just have to approach me in a different way.
And to scam me, I feel like he'd have to be like somebody established who I fancied. I don't think I'm buying a new guy story.
But I mean, his story is that he was established.
I know. I mean, like, there's this basketballer I really fancy. He could definitely scam me because I'm just so keen. I'd be so excited to be there. I'd be like, oh my god.
Yeah, but a basketballer, a well-known, an established person, it's like, what? They don't really.
Okay. So this was a story I was really shocked at. My brother wasn't. I don't know if you remember the rapper Fetty What? He made
I know that you've spoken about him. Yes.
Yeah, he got caught selling a load of drugs. I was shocked because he was literally performing at a festival when he got caught by the FBI. It wasn't a small amount. He's like a massive supplier, apparently. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but that's not like a scam in this sense.
His front is like, I just mean that anyone could just be like, he could be like, I'm a successful basketballer. Actually, I'm an okay basketballer. I make my money scamming women on YouTube. That would never happen. It would be funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've known so many people in London. Only when I was like younger in London, I would meet so many people who were so rich, and I'd be like, where the fuck did you get your money? But also, like, I don't give a heck, because I was with people I was with people who I knew, and I know I was never going to see those people again.
Yeah. So in that sense, we've done some like light touch scamming. I wouldn't call it scamming, but scamming for drinks, scamming for a night out.
That's what I mean. Even in situations where, like, remember when that guy bought us drinks? I don't know if we've mentioned this before, and then he got like really angry with us afterwards when we were about to leave. We were in some random club, which we were too old to be in Shoreditch.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. And this guy was like buying us drinks. This older guy. I don't know why, but when I see like an older man in like a certain type of coat, I just think, oh, they're settled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're all right.
Was it when we went out with your old friends from Zedonk?
I hate the term old friends.
Sorry, yeah.
Feel like, I'm like, what did I do to them?
Yeah. I feel like I remember the night.
No. If anybody from Zedonk was there, we all went out together. Oh no, that wasn't that. No, it was just me and you in Shoreditch. It was the most random night, honestly. And this guy,
was it when we went to that like warehouse party?
Yes. Anyway, I had fun
because we just wanted to go out dancing, and there was a club night that you really wanted to go to, so we just got dressed up and we just went out, and then we stayed out.
I picked the venue. I don't remember.
Yeah. And we stayed out. We stayed out quite late.
Yeah, it was a fun night. But then
it was a fun
night. The guy who was buying us drinks earlier, who I genuinely thought was just being nice, was so angry that we wouldn't like it, because I think he really wanted to get with you, but I didn't. He wasn't really giving that vibe.
I thought you knew him. That's why I was like, okay. And we kept being like, no, it's right. Like, we could do rounds. We don't have to. We were not like, that was one occasion where we were not scamming for drinks at all. He was like pushing drinks on us.
And I know why you think I knew him, because I saw somebody I worked with once who was with his two friends, and just as I was saying hello to him, that guy kind of just came round.
Oh, swooped in, so it looked like he was in the crew.
It did look like they knew each other. I knew he wasn't with them, but if I was standing where you were standing, I would have thought, oh, he's just with them. Yeah. But the guy who was buying us drinks and got mad, I hope you are getting the help you need, sir, because
if we were too old to be in that at that club night, then I'm not age shaming anybody, but
no, but that's the thing, he looked like he was like a grown man. It was just really odd to see an adult man.
He looked like he was waiting to pick up the child that he dropped off earlier at the night.
It's not like he just looked like a random vagabond. He looked like a very responsible man who had like, even when he was losing his temper, he definitely wasn't drunk. Like, that's just his character. Wow.
What did we do? Were we just like, sorry, bye?
I think we just were really shocked, and it was kind of awkward because he was like shouting. I was so shocked. It was just like, are you really getting angry with us because you thought, because you bought us, what was it, like 2 drinks? Even if you bought me 9 drinks, like it wasn't, I'm not being funny, but there's like been a time where this guy spent a load of money and I didn't get with him, and he was upset, and I was still horrified by the way he reacted. I was like, that is uncalled for. Like, be disappointed with some decorum, sir.
Yeah. I'm definitely not sleeping with you now.
Oh, it was so weird. But yeah, like he was paying premium. This guy bought us 2 drinks in a warehouse. So if you don't calm the fuck down, which both times you offered to pay for, and he said no.
Yeah, we were like, no, actually, I've already got a drink already on the go. No, please, let me just get one. In fact, I'm sure he just came and gave us drinks anyway, and we were just like, we didn't even ask you for these.
The second time, because I'm sure we were a bit like, should we drink these?
Oh yeah, then we're like, I don't know, we've not seen. Oh yeah, I think we felt like, oh, I'm sure, did he buy shots? And we were like, oh god, this is,
my god, I was drunker than I remember that night.
It was a fun night though.
It was fun. We should do something like that, guys. Sorry. Sorry to stop taking that trip down memory lane and talk about the Tinder Swindler. But there's I should say Simon went to jail for a bit, you know. He got a hot minute. I think from the voice notes that he was sending that girl where he was just, sorry, woman, Jesus, where he was sending that woman
threatening.
And then being like cool, and then threatening her, and then being cool. It makes me think, what the hell did he do to the woman? You know, the woman he got pregnant?
Oh God, yeah.
Who was his previous victim turned mother of his child. Now that is my worst nightmare.
That's the story that I want to deep dive on.
I need to know what happened.
Yeah.
How do you go from
Fucking
getting a
hell.
man arrested for scamming you? Oh, I shouldn't even judge.
I just
Judge, I'm like,
how
something's gonna happen to me.
how could he not have been arrested or like had any kind of crimes brought against him for defrauding these women? Because he essentially, they took out all of this in their own themselves.
The right way. Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Oh my God, he's just so fucking smug. And the fact that these women are still paying off these crippling loans, and he is out there, a free man, living his best life in Tel Aviv, model girlfriend, just probably still scamming people.
But there's a lot of those people, like that you see, like, not, I wouldn't call them influencers, just like, you know, that kind of like lifestyle side of Instagram. And I feel like personally, I feel like it's died down, but it's probably just, I've just found a way to completely avoid it. It was unavoidable before. It used to be everywhere. A lot of those people are either children of people who have done shady things, either like, you know, got a bit of government money they shouldn't have, blah blah blah. A lot of them are scammers. It's not real, but it is, because at the end of the day,
well, it's real. That car's real.
Tell me this is
those fucking wads of cash are real.
It's just funny that like the way he lives it's no it's like, yeah, he's spending all this money. This is what I couldn't get my head around, but it's no different to me living paycheck to paycheck. Like, he's completely at the mercy. It's a different
kind of paycheck. Yeah,
the paycheck is way higher, but if it stops for such a short amount of time,
he's fucked.
You're in a hostel. Like, you have no cushion, and he's still trying to pull on this woman's emotion.
Where's your pension, sir?
Yeah,
you need to speak to your financial advisor. This guy, your business partner, Avishai, he's not worth his shit. Do you know what I want to know about? I want to know what happened on that night that Peter, the bodyguard, got his head cracked open. But then Simon just probably, Simon
was like, turn around real quick. I just need to smack you in the head. Or maybe it's just photos from a really old, I don't know.
Could be from a really old, like that they just rehash. But I just want that's what I want to know about.
You have to
do a bit more digging.
So in love with someone to fall for it. You have to be deep in it. But they were going to move in together.
And he started scamming her a month after.
No,
can you
after meeting each other?
Yeah.
No.
Not within 1 month came the first I need cash. Yeah.
But I'll also say, if you haven't seen it, he does present himself, because I am caping for these women, because I feel bad because we've all been scammed in somewhere or another.
Yeah, 100%.
I once let somebody log into my NatWest account over the phone, and I was like, this doesn't seem legit. Obviously, NatWest blocked it.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
And let's be real, like, it wasn't like I was so flush with cash that they were not going to make any kind of million, that's for sure. But NatWest was still like, I don't think this broke bitch would spend this much, transfer this much money, so I'm just gonna block
NatWest doing you a solid.
Yeah, NatWest are cool, man. I mean, banks in general, I feel like, if that's why he did it in the way he did it, because it's not as easy as people think to like steal money, you know? Not anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why like intimate scamming, what do they call it? Romantic scamming, emotional scamming is always so popular, like getting people to fall in love with you, because that's when they'll do what needs to be done.
And then it's also all done in their name, right?
Yeah. So
you're like, he's not
yeah.
the one taking out the loans in her name. They've all taken out these loans. They've been the ones that have added this person onto their Amex cards. They've been the one to call up and say, I'm at the W in Barcelona. Can you please raise my limit? So technically it's not really like fraud in the traditional sense, but like, enough of this kind of stuff happens that I feel like the law needs to recognize that. I say this knowing nothing about fraud law, or what is or isn't an actual crime, but said that, like, I just think it needs to, the law needs to catch up with
the reality,
the scams going on. If somebody is emotionally blackmailed you into taking out a loan to give them on the pretense of
all loans come from emotional blackmail. Think about the last time you lent someone money, because I'm thinking about someone I lent money to. It wasn't like loads of money, don't get me wrong, but I didn't know them that well. But they needed... No, but it was just like,
I didn't know them that well. They promised me.
No, it wasn't like, it wasn't romantic, but it was still like, it's just like, this is kind of how you do it. You create an emergency, and you don't give the person a choice, which is why I think that phrase, like, you should never lend somebody more than you can afford to not get back, is such a huge thing. But everyone learns that the hard way. The only reason I know that is because I want to lend some shit ton of money. For me at the time, it was like all my money. No, it's fine. Like, it's not a big deal anymore.
Lesson learned. Yeah,
and I'm glad I learned it then, rather than later in life. But like, I feel like it happens to everyone, so it's just that's why that phrase exists. But you create an emergency. I'm not teaching you guys how to scam or anything. And then the urgency. The urgency is there, and then you also show the person, you build a relationship, or you set the impression with the person that you're good for it, because then it's like a low risk to them. And then it's also usually what happens is people would ask for an amount that isn't so crazy that you would say no, but
this guy steamed in with 25k.
That
$25,000 cash.
But being
she's
with
like,
his,
why do we need cash?
Exactly. Being with the mother of his child on a private jet, I can completely see why you'd think he was good for it. But my thing is, I just think it depends on the life you've lived. I imagine if you're from Finland or whatever, you haven't seen it. I've seen people who had loads of money. Haven't you ever lived through a recession? Lose everything. I've seen it all. So like, just because you've got it today doesn't mean you've got it tomorrow. That's why I fear debt, because like, honey, you can play with anybody you like except for the tax man. I would never play games with the tax man. I'll always pay my taxes. I'm scared of the tax man. And also like creditors, like
they'll take everything you got.
I've also learned the hard way. I remember this the other day. I was telling somebody the story. I once didn't pay a train ticket that was £3.10.
Oh no.
That ended up being a £750 fine. I was like, honey,
that journey was not worth it.
It wasn't even that many stops.
Oh god.
But it was like, when I didn't pay for the train ticket, I think I was 19 or 20, and when I got paid the fine, I think I was 26 when I paid the fine. When I called my dad also, crying to pay the fine.
Like, how much money did they spend in that search? Hunting you, tracking down that payment, that £3. It's like you've now spent more money.
It wasn't hard. I gave them a fake name that was really close to my name and a fake address that was down the road from me. When I got the evidence back, I was like, I'm not as smart as I remember.
You're there like, they'll never catch
me. And the only reason it got that expensive is because they then sold the debt. Like, I had 30 days to clear it, I think, when it was 450. But that's why, if you ever hear me ranting about train fares and capping debts and all this stuff, it's because I know, like,
it's a lived experience.
And it's also, I just think it's unfair that, like, for example, if you get a parking ticket, and not even a parking ticket, I was talking about this the other day as well. There was a time where you guys know Sim was helping me do a shoot, and she was driving me to all sorts of places to do it.
God bless us all.
God bless her. So we drove over a bridge. Now, obviously, like, she then gets this letter saying that she didn't pay the charge to go over a bridge, and she's being fined.
So who was it from? For the fucking troll? The troll bridge. You shall not pass. Who has not paid the bridge tax?
It would be actually funny if they put that.
Just a little bit of like humour, guys. Somebody in the office suggested that. How about for April Fool's Day?
Oh my God. But when we went over the bridge, it was early in the morning and the sun hadn't risen, because I'm a terrorist and this is what my friends do. My God. The more I tell this story, I'm like, what? Sin has a heart of gold, man. And we were just both shocked that it's possible that there's a bridge with no signage that you can drive over. Yeah. And I always thought if there was a toll,
where the fuck was the camera?
I thought there'd be a toll gate. Like, what happened to toll gates? You know, when you cross a bridge.
Yeah.
In other countries, if you cross, there are bridges that have a toll on them, but you just pay before you cross. Yeah. But in England, it's just like, no, you cross the bridge.
Like, didn't you know? You should have registered online. Yes. Registered, you put your license plate online, and then we would have like got a picture of that, then charge your car. Blah, blah, blah.
And it's like, but if you don't tell me, how do I know? I'm just supposed to know.
I'm not from this area, mate. Exactly. I'm not a local.
And the funny thing is, it's like a kind of, I guess, like because I feel like Kent, well, I don't know if it still will be when they finish with that giant car park, but it is like quite a touristy place. A lot of people go there in the summer. So I'm just thinking they don't put aside, because they're like, we are making so much money.
That's the Christmas party. And it's a fucking good Christmas party. They go to Mykonos. they do.
Not that we know of.
Obviously, you guys don't believe anything I say. That was a good gag, though.
That's a scam. Having a bridge.
Let's talk about scams.
Oh, you have to pay.
You drove back. Yeah, another charge.
And imagine if you didn't have the money to pay now, because it's like it's more expensive to not have money. It's like if you pay early, it's half the price, but if you don't pay at all, then you're fucked.
Yeah.
If you actually can't afford it, sorry, guys.
I've been stung with congestion charge with those. And I haven't, and it's annoying because the car wasn't mine, it was a company car, so the letters did not come to my address. So I don't receive any of the notifications. And I also was like, the reason I drove through a congestion zone was because of a fucking diversion. That's not my fault.
Sorry, that's funny.
That's not my fucking fault. And then
anybody who doesn't, I was just going to say to anybody who doesn't know, like in London, because obviously they're trying to cut people driving down, they have congestion charges, which kind of made sense at first because they're trying to stop people from driving through areas at a certain time. And then it's like almost one day they were like, we're making a lot of money here, and now no one understands the rules.
Now,
my mum is always like, is this a congestion zone? I don't know. I'm not paying.
It's not just like it's congestion zone. There's like low emission zone, ultra low emission zones. It's just what do I pay?
Drive. But then it's just like, but if you're on the outskirts, it is confusing. I say I love a toll road personally.
The M6 toll is my fave.
You know what you're paying for.
Wait. Sorry, hold on one sec. Sorry, guys, just stop starting all over the show.
Yeah, I was talking a lot of shit then anyway. I can't even remember what we're talking about.
Toll bridges.
Makes zero sense.
Yeah.
From the Tinder Swindler to toll bridges and other scams. Have you ever been scammed?
Yeah, like the classic Gumtree Western Union scam.
I don't remember that.
Oh, like just when trying to look for a place to rent in London, and then people are like, oh, you can put deposit down, and here's Western Union, and I had no idea how Western Union works, so I didn't realize how easy it was. Like when you wire somebody money like that, like they just take it. It's not just held there somewhere. It's not like held in your Western Union account. You've given it to them freely.
That's where it helps to have Nigerian parents. That like that's how we send money to people.
Yeah. So
well, it used to be. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, Gumtree is basically our version of Craigslist.
Craigslist, yeah.
So
Or Craigslist.
Oh, what? Craigslist? Who's Craig?
Well, we would pronounce that that name Craig, but in the States, no, in the States, I think a lot of people say Craig. Oh, so they'll say Craigslist. Or maybe that's just my shit pronunciation.
As soon as you said it, I'm like, I feel like people say that.
I don't think they say in the States Craigslist.
Okay.
It just takes too long. That long vowel sound.
Who is Craig?
Craig. Craigslist. Craigslist. Just Craig. Yeah.
Craig. I've only ever known one Craig. He had the cutest sticky out ears. He looked like a cartoon character. Is that offensive? It feels like it's offensive. My bad.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's
adorable.
Not offensive. Are you what else is there? What other once I've finished Inventing Anna, I want to watch the Elizabeth. Yeah, maybe. Maybe this season 3 should just be the Scammers. scam artists.
I really wanted to do a toxic love series.
Well, that's essentially, they kind of go hand in hand.
They're all scammers.
It's all it's all lies, isn't it? So
I've been watching oh no, what were you going to say? You said I don't want you to forget.
The one with about Elizabeth, what's her face from Theranos. You know, the blood sampling, genome sampling company.
Scam.
Yeah, that scam.
The one where she like would change her voice. I watched there's this, she's very niche, but she's amazing. This woman on TikTok who like knows a lot about like I don't know what you call it. I'm sorry, like natural healing, like cleansing and all that. But she's also like a qualified psychologist. So she does these videos where she like it'll be like a clip and she's like signaling to part of the body is like not only like to show you the body language, but like for example, she'll do this thing. There was a clip, it'll be like really like sensationalized clip, so I like it. It's like a clip of a reality TV show where it's like a father and son are talking, or a stepfather and son, and it's like the son is trying to express his emotions, but like she's doing this, so whenever he like goes to say something and he gets like choked up, she goes like this, and she's talking about how his like throat chakra is closed. But then also like talks about on a like in a like a very therapeutic way about how like you could like of all the signals that it's like a child trying to express themselves with an adult who's never allowed them to safely express emotion, so they keep suppressing it. Her videos are amazing for that reason. We need her on the podcast. We couldn't afford her.
Oh no. Wow.
Oh, sorry.
That's not a
did
scam.
a video, she did a video on the Elizabeth lady. Because I don't get the Elizabeth story. I know she was all over Forbes and stuff, and she was a big deal. But I'm not really on the the investor side of the internet, so I don't get it. So I know she was like famous in the money making people world, but I don't know her. But she was doing a video about how she used to unnaturally drop her voice.
What, to be reassuring to men?
Yeah, it was like kind of like
to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But you could. It's weird because it's like, oh my god, you can tell she's doing that.
But with stuff like that, I'm just like, you are so smart. It's the same with this Anna chick. I mean, obviously, you're like they're committing.
You respected my hustle, for goodness sake, Natalie. That is like, you know what? You should write a book.
It's a man's world, and not for these bitches.
No, I don't know about, because some of these scammers are just. It's like I haven't seen Inventing Anna, but it's like the nature of their scams are so personal that it's just like, god damn. Is Anna a victimless crime kind of scammer?
No, nothing like that is victimless. But it's,
I don't know, taking money out of someone's like bank account. having spoken to them for a few minutes, yeah, they might feel violated, but they don't know you, and the bank will give them their money back. Do you know what I mean? That's, to me, that's like a bit, it's not entirely guilt-free or anything, but to me that's like not that crazy.
But she's really in it for like long haul.
Yeah, I don't like to see white people winning, so I don't know.
But the way that she just gets it, how she managed to do that and convince people to do what they did for her, the mind boggles. Like, you can't, like, she's because she's a like young woman as well. Yeah. She's only 25, I think.
Okay, that's when you're at your
I'm kind of like, place. Okay, you've really, like, you've got some balls here. And to like be able to do this and pull this off. But also, like, what can somebody be thinking, like this guy as well, Simon, like, what are you so far gone that you also just, you believe your own kind of hype, or are you constantly living in a state of like anxiety that this is like the bottom's going to fall out of this? Not necessarily to Simon, but any of these scammers, like this chick Anna Delvey as well. Like, what?
Because Simon, it said that he'd been scamming since he was quite young, like his family pissed at him, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like that's just how it's his job. That's just how he makes his money.
But I'm stressed in my job all the time, so like,
but his system is kind of foolproof. And yeah, if you're stressing your job all the time, then maybe just working is just stressful.
If whatever you're doing,
blow off some steam with a couple of bottles of Moe at the club.
Can't afford it. I gave all my money away.
No, I meant because he's scamming, not because.
Yeah, no.
You are living wrong, honey. If you want to make your money legally, that is your problem.
Well, there's something going wrong. Yeah,
a violent crime, what he's doing, but it's just it's fucked up, because the reason crimes like this are kind of annoying is because it's not like, do you know what I mean, crime fueled by poverty. In a way it began that way, but like because he doesn't seem like he's from a lot of money or anything, and I get it, but it's just like, also like, no, this is just to fuel a very short-term goals. Like, you're not really,
you're just kind of addicted to,
let's not say addicted, because that makes it sound like it's out of his control. He's not addicted, he just fucking loves to
money
party.
And not just, but it can't just be about the money. It's exhausting.
It's, don't get
flying
me wrong,
around that much, also exhausting, but maybe if you're in a private jet.
20s.
Yeah, well,
okay,
he was born in 1990.
Oh, he's not. He's just turned 30.
He was when he was he was when he was, and he was still doing,
slowing down. 26, 27, just slowing down. In my early 20s, if I was with a scammer, like just partying, and I just knew I was with a load of shady, because it happens sometimes when you're out partying, you just know everyone there that who's paying for everything is shady, but you just mind your business and you have
you just exactly have the time of your life, and then you leave, and then it's just a funny story. No, I couldn't. No
thanks. But yeah, it just annoys me also that he's becoming like the fucking toxic masculinity Twitter. He's becoming like their hero. Like, he's his birthday messages. I saw one today where someone had got him to do a birthday shout out, and it's just like, obviously the guy who did it was a fucking DJ / producer. Was fucking
guys, just come on, do better.
No, but they
don't get this guy
their whole brand. That's literally their whole brand. Like, this guy on Twitter on Valentine's Day posted, it became a thread. I don't know how it happened. He posted a picture of a woman that he went on a few dates with long before Valentine's Day, and they no longer speak, but he posted it as if that was that day. And she was like, that's me. Why we don't speak? Why are you posting this picture? And she basically then, because of that, she went on to tell the story of like how he's a kind of a bit odd. Like, she flew to meet him, because in America you have to fly, you can't get the train if you're going to another state. She flew to meet him. Sorry, that's still odd to me. Like, you can't just pop over, you have to fly.
No, you could get the train.
it's so big though. I mean, like here, like
Yeah,
where's the
yeah,
furthest you're gonna
okay.
go? Scotland, like there, it's just. And then
Yeah,
you wouldn't
yeah.
get the train to Scotland. You'd get a plane. In the UK, I mean, you get on a plane.
I don't know. I might get on a train.
Train to Scotland is so expensive. Back to how trains.
Oh yeah, yeah, true. I thought you were talking about like time, but yeah, for the expense, train but time wise,
yeah,
about the same. Would I rather just sit on a train?
I'd get a flight.
Anyway, back to this.
Sorry. So she flew out to see him. I'm paraphrasing. I'm so sorry if you saw the thread and you're like, this is so wrong. She flew out to see him. They had a nice time. I think they met up a few times, but not that many. Then he started having excuses on why he couldn't see her. Like he didn't do it often. Like he didn't do it like loads. He did it like twice before she was like, okay, this is weird. And she just forgot about him. But the second time he said he was in hospital.
Okay. A classic line.
Yeah. And the first time he said he was at a funeral. And you know when people lie, they or don't sometimes. I don't know if you've ever had it where a man will send you a picture unprovoked. Like I once had this guy that I wasn't very serious with who I was like, what are you up to? And he was like, I'm with my friends. And then he sent me a picture of him like in his living room. And I was like, why are you sending me evidence? It kind of makes me think that like you're a liar.
When was that picture taken?
And who has been pressing you for pictures that you have them ready in your phone? Like I didn't even have to ask. But anyway, no shade to him. I know people have been through abusive relationships and stuff, but that was a bit like, okay. But yeah, he sent a picture saying that he was at a funeral. And then somebody else had commented later on the thread that the funeral was for his family member who didn't like their side of the family and he wasn't even at the funeral. So I don't know, something messy like that. But yeah, she's two excuses and she just left it. So it's just weird that it's just like he's just lying unprovoked. Like he doesn't owe her anything. He could have just been like, I don't have time right now. I don't see us working out. But he's just like lying and then has kept a picture of when they were together and posted it knowing that they don't speak to each other as if that's his girlfriend. It's so weird. Like,
what are you doing? What was the caption?
Was there a caption? I honestly cannot remember, but I remember the picture because it was a mirror selfie. Oh my god, is there a daddy long legs in here?
I couldn't tell you.
Sorry, I look like I'm hallucinating when I do that. I think there is. But the weirdest part for me was after he got caught, he posted a picture of the Tinder Swindler.
Oh, come on.
That's what I mean. He's like, haha, you can't, I'm a fraudster. It's like, no, you're not a fraudster, you're a fucking pathological liar. Yeah. It's weird as nobody can, like to me. And also, he didn't have enough followers to be lying like that. There is Daddy Long Legs in here. And it's
I did see it. And yeah, the meme.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm hysterical today. It just jumped on me. I was like, okay.
I mean, yeah. I think that meme as well, you know, the one about the enemies, like,
yeah, it's not funny.
But it's just, it isn't, it's not everywhere, and it's just, yeah, very like, people, this is not meme worthy. He hurt people.
But even if it's just also like, it's just because it's his demographic as well. I wish somebody else would try that and see if they can get away with it. But it's also like after, do you remember Tiger King? Yeah. And everyone was like, oh, Joe Exotic's a hero and Carol Baskin's this, I was like, did you guys watch the same thing as me? Yes, they're all shady in terms of how they treat animals. It's messed up. But I don't know if Joe Exotic is like anybody's hero. Like, he was picking partners who were emotionally vulnerable. I don't mean to be cruel, but I just mean, do you know what I mean? He seemed a bit manipulative himself. They all seemed very egotistical and manipulative, and everyone was like making him a hero, and it's just like, why is he a hero? I'm not saying he's inherently evil. I'm just saying he's also, you can just be a person. You don't have to celebrate this guy just because he's slightly eccentric. it's still kind of messed up how they all make their money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of his employees had their arm bit. Was it their arm bit or their leg bit off?
I don't know.
They lost a limb, Natalie. They lost a limb. And this
That's
is the
just
first
occupational hazard,
so
isn't it?
negligent. Like, it's a definition of negligence.
Yeah.
Oh my god. He's had one of his employees was eating like dog food. They didn't feed them, like, and everyone's just like crying.
Oh,
It's like,
good
did we
God.
watch the same documentary? They were like, oh, he's a hero.
A hero for doing what?
I don't know. I don't know. Just for being like, because he has all these like,
like he's a bit kooky.
Yeah, and he has all these
weird.
like funny phrases. And to be fair, he did make some decent country music, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, it's possible to just watch something and just be like, I don't understand why everyone gets so
emotional. Ruth, come on.
Not emotional. I cry watching television.
Think how invested we get in things that people.
No, I mean, I don't understand why they have to make everybody like this hero. Like, why can't you just watch it and not? Because that's why when I see things like this, I'm just like, oh, they're just going to make this guy like an icon. And it's like, but he's not. And the documentary isn't even that good, no shade. I'd say the meanest things when they say no shade, but whatever.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad, but it's definitely hype.
I guess, glad for the women
I forgot,
for
like,
getting out there, like the story, like they hopefully got some kind of like absolution from it, some closure to be able to say like.
Also,
now we all, but
currently,
I would be
like,
fucking annoyed because you just like, wait, so we went through hell, we did all of this work. He gets arrested, serves like less than half of his sentence time, and then it's just like, I'm free, and they're still in debt.
Yeah, that's not.
I'd be fucking furious.
The courts, you can't get justice in the courts, but it's not just that they're in debt. He's still doing it. If they hadn't done that documentary, he would have been doing it forever. And
he's, despite the fact that everybody knows who he is, it has probably made business boom.
No, I doubt he's making money like that anymore. I think that a lot that would have been the women who would have financed him would have been like,
making money. It is a different scam. That £311 for his fucking course. That's going to be a bullshit course. Sorry.
But when I saw that, I just thought,
come on.
Yeah, but that's also like how, at this point, I don't know, I'm not going to exaggerate statistics, I don't know, but that's how a lot of people make their money like that.
True, absolutely, as we well know.
A lot of people make their money like that. And the thing is, it's kind
of. And those are scam businesses too. Those are scam industries too.
The self-help industries argue anything that's closely related to capitalism, like, I can help you make more money. I can help you be a better person through making more money. All of those things are all scams. A lot of religion is a scam. Oh, I said it. I'm scared.
Everything scam.
In a capitalist society, we are all victims of scams 24/7. But also, it must be frustrating to like be the one person who knows what they're. I'm sure you've had this when you've been on a call with a potential client and you're like, I know I'm not I'll speak for myself. I know I'm not the smartest or the best in the world, but this is the one thing I actually know what I'm talking about. And you guys are talking to me like I'm just trying to get money out of you. And it upsets me because you're going to end up going to someone who's going to charge you double and knows half as much, if anything. And just because of their identity, like them being like a man and like probably a white man, you're going to pay them through the roof. And they're not going to even help you like I can help you. I'm not trying to bullshit you. The reason I'm so nonchalant about it is because this is the one thing I genuinely get. Like, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And you making me feel like I have to jump through hoops, it's just going to piss me off. And then I'm just going to be like, you know what, forget it.
Yeah.
And
you will learn the hard way.
They won't. They'll never learn. They'll still think,
they'll think what they get. Yeah.
Then they'll just be like, oh, they're all the same. And it's like, they're not. You just don't do your due diligence because you all want to be romance. And you don't want solutions, you want Rome.
You want Disney.
Well, let me tell you something. Gaston's neck in real life, you've seen the live action Beauty and the Beast. Gaston was not looking good. No soul. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I don't know where
Oh, poor Luke.
I didn't even finish the live action Cinderella. Blew my mind. I couldn't believe how good it was, because I just thought it was going to be shit. I was never going to watch it. I watched it. I was like, oh, fucking hell, I love this.
Yeah, it was a lot better than I was expecting.
Yeah, it was so good. I loved it, but I did. But then, like, I'm just thinking every live action Cinderella I've ever seen has been good. So it's got an 100% pass mark as far as I'm concerned. Even like the crappy ones you get. It's like Snow White.
Have you watched the recent one?
Which one's that?
With Billy Porter and Camila Cabello.
Oh! I take it back. I'm never watching that.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, Billy Porter, for me, I would watch Billy Porter. I was disappointed to land Billy Porter, isn't it? Because now I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, I'm going to watch it.
No, yeah, I can't.
I'm not, no offense, but I watched the trailer and I was like, this
awful.
This is some of the, honey, I did GCSE drama and I'm telling you, this is some of the worst.
We've got a live action one, okay? I mean, I guess, is this a bit like the big push for diversity?
Yeah, but there's
come on, just pick something else, make something new. Just
I know the same way, like as a black woman, sometimes I'm just always like, why is it always the same actors? I know that anybody who's like I don't even want to say Latinx, anybody who's South American in general, do you know what I mean? Indigenous, is like, the way you people cast for roles is stressing me out. Like, I could have shown my daughter this. How am I supposed to sell this to my children? They could have had anyone, but they're so obsessed with getting a big name, and it's like the story is so big, the budget is so big.
Yeah,
the moment will be so big, and there are so many actresses to choose from.
Yeah,
let's bring it back to the key word. No, I'm doing too much. I was going to say actresses.
What's the key word?
Actresses, not just some actors. Sorry,
I believe it's just actor.
I'm sorry. Actors, not a gendered word anymore. But it stresses me out.
Well, it is if you're at the awards ceremonies.
That's why I find it confusing, but I'll get there. But it's just like, why?
You don't need to get anywhere. The fucking awards ceremonies need to get there.
I don't mind the word actress as a woman. I'm just like,
What?
It's just like, I don't know, I like it. Maybe because it's, I'm not going to say that's problematic.
Like,
it sounds like mistress as well.
Temptress, seductress, emptress. Oh God.
Oh my God.
Just put a Russ at the end of it.
Let's just never air this episode.
Absolutely not.
Just gonna, me screaming at a daddy long legs.
If you're listening to this, guys, it's because we couldn't be bothered to record another episode.
Or cut it down. We just leave everything. Oh my God.
On that note, though,
yeah,
do watch Inventing Anna. Do watch The Puppet Master. You've probably already watched Tinder Swindler, but if you haven't,
don't.
Yeah,
I think no, that's a lie, because you might find it interesting. Maybe it's good for like
maybe do some research around the topic so that you know who this man is, so you stay away from him.
him. Yeah, I don't know if I'd recognize.
You might be dating him.
Oh no, that's the thing. I know there was some devastated women who were like, imagine I feel like that is something. I don't think I would get into debt over a man or anything like that, but I do feel like it could happen to me where I'm like, I
went on a date with that man and he ghosted me and I cried for 2 straight years.
Now he's wanted for tax evasion.
He couldn't even be bothered to scam me.
He was like,
sorry,
no, you haven't got what I need.
You've got nothing. Yeah,
let me leave this brokey in the dust.
Poor credit. Oh yeah,
can't imagine like having, because obviously if I was in loads and loads of debt, I might need a little help from my family. I just can't imagine having to. That's why I do kind of feel bad for the women. I don't mean kind of, but that's why like I do feel bad for the women, because it's just like you have to now tell people what happened to you, and they're going to react in all sorts of messy ways.
And also just now, like, tell the world
I
to
would
get the
rather
story
tell
out,
the
and it's
world
very.
than tell my dad that the Tinder swindler got me.
Oh yeah, so
My dad
true.
is just going to be like, you are.
The good thing is if I tell the world, my dad probably wouldn't see anyway.
Yeah.
That's the one saving grace.
Oh no, someone will send
No,
it
he'd find it on
Wilson,
Netflix.
Isn't this your daughter?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he'll be like, I knew she was in some mess, but even
Like,
for you.
What is your algorithm? What have you been watching that your algorithm is showing you this?
No, but they were really pushing that one. Jeez.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Number one.
Yeah. Also random, and if you are genuinely a fan of hip hop, the Kanye West documentary, the first part, I watched it. I was so emotional. I forgot, like, not me being a sap. I just forgot, because everyone's always talking about his first album, The College Dropout, because everyone's always talking about what it means to them. I forget that it means anything to me at all. I'm like, yeah, it was a good album. and I genuinely, I love the album, what everyone did. But I just hate it when a musician makes a piece of work and then no one can move past it. It kind of starts to bug me. But then, like, there's a song on there. There were two songs on there. One, Family Business, and another one called Keys to the Rock. And Family Business started playing, and I'm not joking. Like, I started to like tear up, because all these memories came back of like me and my sis. I was just like, oh my God, core memory unlocked. Yeah, it wasn't even, it was like more for me, and then seeing his mom as well, I was just like, God, that was such a different time in life. Oh yeah, but it'll be interesting to watch how that goes as it unfolds. Yeah. Anywho, I'll shut up. I've talked too much this episode. I'm sorry, guys.
I just haven't really had anything valuable to contribute, apart from saying, giving all the people out there who have the time to edit some horrible sound bites that make me sound like an absolute dick. But anyway.
Watch the new period drama Gilded Age. I got into it finally.
Oh, I've been watching it already.
Oh,
were you telling me or the listeners?
Yeah.
Or both? Oh yeah, I've been watching it. Don't worry, I have been watching it. I think I'm up to date. Yeah, of course.
Oh absolutely. My God, I'd love to. I have so many thoughts. Of course, I'll forget them all as soon as we record.
Okay, let's stop talking about it then. But on that note, I am going to say goodbye. Ruth, how about you?
Yeah, bye.
You stay on for another hour.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I need to go watch Gilded Age. There's a new episode out.
Oh yeah, me too. Okay. All right, speak to you later, guys. Bye.
Hold the f*** up. Rewind the tape.